Hello, Algebra 1 students. Mr. Ford here with another homework tutorial. This one for 523, 576 through 581. We already did 577 at the end of class today in first hour, so I'll leave that there for you to look at. All we really need to do here is think about for the recursive sequence that the first term is 5, and so that's your first term. And then the pattern appears to be plus 3, plus 3, plus 3. That's what you're doing every time to get the next number, plus 3. So the next term is the current term, plus 3. That's the way it works. The explicit formula is a couple different ways to write it. The most popular way is probably to go back in time one step to 2 and write 2 plus 3n. Or you could use the first term of 5 and then add 3 times n minus 1, like that. Let's go back in time, though, to question 576. Avery and Colin are trying to challenge each other with equations for sequences. Avery was looking at an explicit sequence that Colin wrote. Let's write the first 4 sequences, or first 4 terms. So for the first term, we're going to plug in 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4, like this. We probably won't need to plug in all these numbers, but we will want to think about what the pattern is that shows up. This is going to be 4.5 times 1 minus 8, and that's going to be negative 3.5, right there. The next one is 4.5 times 2 minus 8, and 4.5 times 2 is not, or sorry, as I was thinking about it so hard, 4.5 times 2 is 9, 9 minus 8 is 1. Next we have 4.5 times 3 minus 8, which is 13.5 minus 8, which is 5.5. And then you have 5.5 times 4 minus 8, which is going to be 18 minus 8, which is 10. It's a little difficult to see because of the decimal going on here, but the pattern is plus 4.5, plus 4.5, plus 4.5. That's what's going on there with those numbers. What would Avery do to write the 15th term of this sequence? Honestly, all you would do is plug in 15. What's nice about an explicit sequence is that all you really need to do is plug in the number in order to get what you need here. Now I'm going to use a calculator for this because I have it ready to go. So this is going to be 4.5 times 15 minus 8, and that's going to be 59.5. Let's move on to the next question, 578. We're going to draw a slope triangle and use it to find the equation of the line shown in the graph at right. Easy to do. Slope triangle would look something like this. For our slope triangle, it looks like it goes from 16 to 9, or from 9 to 16. 16 minus 9 is going to give you 7. And I'm going to say that is equal to 16 minus 9 is how I'm getting that, taking the y values and subtracting them to get 7. And the x change is just going to be 2, and that is 4 minus 2 is how I'm getting that. Taking the x values, 4 minus 2, and subtracting those right there. So the slope is going to be 7 over 2. M equals 7 divided by 2. That's the change in y divided by the change in x. As far as the equation goes, we might need to find the y-intercept. That's the missing piece of this. We know it's going to be y equals 7 over 2x plus something. We'll leave that as b for now. There are a bunch of different ways to do what we're about to do. I'm going to show you my favorite way to do it. I'm just going to take the point 2,9, which I know to be on the graph. 2,9 is on the equation. So I'm going to plug in 2 for x and 9 for y, and then solve it for b. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to make y equal to 9. I'm going to make x equal to 2 plus b. We're going to solve this for b. What's nice is that 2 and 1/2 will cancel right out, and we'll have 9 equals 7 plus b, and that's going to give us 2 equals b, because 7 plus 2 has got to be 9. And so the equation is going to be y equals 7 over 2x plus 2, just like that. Pretty straightforward. Let's look at the next question, 579. We're going to find the following products. Product is a word that means we're going to multiply things together to get an answer, so let's do that. You can do this if you remember this. This is the generic rectangle game we were playing a while ago. You have 4x plus 5. You got 4x minus 5. You can play this game this way if you want to. This is just an organizer to help you remember to get all the possible combinations of both things. This is 16x squared. This is negative 20x up top. 4x times 5 is positive 20x, and then 5 times negative 5 is going to be negative 25. So we'll add that all together. 16x squared plus 20x minus 20x minus 25. And you know what's really nice is that these guys actually cancel out. 20x and negative 20x actually cancel. So you get 16x squared minus 25. That's the best answer I can give you for that one. Over here in question B, this one doesn't look like a multiplication question at first, but what I really want you to understand is that this is 4x plus 5 times 4x plus 5. A really common wrong answer for this question would be 16x squared plus 25. This is not the answer. People take that squared and they want to apply it to both the 4x and the 5 like a distributive property, and that's not the case because we have to remember to multiply everything together here. So if you wanted to do another generic rectangle, which would be a good idea if you're remembering how to do this, or if you just need the help remembering to get all the possible combination, you'll have 16x squared, positive 20x, and 25. Just like before, the difference here is that these are both positive this time. So they do not cancel. They actually combine together. So we'll get 16x squared plus 40x plus 25 for our answer. So that's where we're going with this madness. In the next question, we have we're going to write a equation or systems of equations to solve the problem below. Apollo and Zeus are both on diets. Apollo currently weighs 105 kilograms and is gaining 2 kilograms per month. So Apollo is 105 plus 2x. In this case, x is the number of months that have gone by. I'm thinking about that right away. He's currently 105. He's adding 2 every month. 105 plus 2x really makes sense there. Zeus currently weighs 130 kilograms and is losing 3 kilograms per month. So z equals 130 minus 3x, like that. Very similar. And how many months will they weigh the same? So we want to know when Apollo will equal Zeus, basically. When will A equal Z? So we'll take those two expressions and make them equal to each other. 105 plus 2x is Apollo's weight. 130 minus 3x is Zeus's weight. And now we're just going to focus on solving this simple equation. Let's start by gathering all of the x terms on one side. We'll add the 3x to both sides, and that will cancel on the right. We'll have 105 plus 5x equals 130. Then we'll subtract the 105 from both sides. Gather all the numbers on one side. We have 5x equals 25. And that's a pretty easy answer. When you divide by 5, it's going to be 5 months. When all is said and done. Pretty cool. And then down below we have a series of systems of equations to solve. So let's have some fun here. This first one is going to be a substitution system because they tell us that y is equal to 3x minus 2. So let's replace that y with 3x minus 2. This will give us 6x minus 2 times y. Remember, the idea here is that we're replacing y with 3x minus 2 because that's what it's equal to. Y is 3x minus 2. So these two equations are actually the exact same equation. The only difference is we replaced y with something else that it's equal to. From here, we got a lot of mechanics to handle, and we got negative numbers involved, so let's go slow. Let's take our time. 6x minus 6x plus 4 equals 10. Look at that. Look what's going to happen here. The 6x's cancel out, and we get 4 equals 10. And that is the answer. Well, the answer here is no solution. These two lines will never cross. They'll never have an intersection point. They're actually parallel lines. Question B. You know, question B is neither a substitution nor an elimination system as it currently is. We're going to have to do some sort of work to begin with on this problem to actually get it to be one of those things. Now, personally, I think it's easier to do this as a substitution. Well, or do I? I'm seeing that y right there. I'm thinking to myself, man, this whole problem would be easier if that y was by itself. So that's what I'm going to do first. I am going to solve that for y. So let's take this first equation here, and let's bring it down here. Let's start by adding y to both sides. I want that y to be positive. If I add y to both sides, this will cancel out, and the y comes to the left side of the equation where it's now positive. It's like flipping an algebra tile over. It's y plus 2x equals 16, and I cannot combine the y and the 2x because I don't know what y or x is. So I can't combine them in any meaningful way. What I want to do now is actually subtract the 2x from both sides. And depending on how clever you are, how well-versed you're getting in mathematics, you could have done these two steps in one, all up in your noggin, but you know, I'm writing it all the way out because I'm the teacher here. Minus 2x plus 16. Remember, you cannot combine these numbers together. You don't know what x is, so you can't combine it with 16. Now, I like this because now it's a substitution. Y is now equal to negative 2x plus 16. So I'm going to plug that in for y up there in the top equation. So we'll do this as a substitution. And that will make the top equation look like this. It'll be 3x minus 9 times negative 2x plus 16 equals 3. Just like that. So again, I'm replacing the y with negative 2x plus 16. And these are the same equation. The only difference is I've replaced the y with what it's also equal to. Now we got a lot of mechanics to handle. Again, we got negative numbers, so let's take our time with this. We have 3x plus 18x minus, whoa my gosh, what's 9 times 16? I have no idea. 144 equals 3. So we combine these together. We got 21x minus 144 equals 3. This gives us 21x. If we add that 144 to both sides, it gives us 21x equals 147, which doesn't look like it should be a whole number, but it is. It's going to be 7. If you think about it, because 20 times 7 is 14, or 140, and then 1 times 7 is 7, so it's going to be 7. You can confirm that on a calculator if you like. That tells you what x is. And, of course, we're not done with the problem until we know what both numbers are. So now that we know what x is, let's bring it right over here. Let's plug it in right there. Our y is negative 2 times 7 plus 16. That's negative 14 plus 16. And that is 2. So 7, 2 is the answer we're looking for in that. So there you go. Not too bad. Hope you have a great weekend. I will see you guys on Monday. You are awesome. And enjoy yourself. Be confident.